So Anita Sarkeesian is graduating, and there's not going to be a graduation stream because no one is watching. I mean, this is the core of the issue. She has been streaming, by the way, like she keeps talking, but no one is listening. The viewership is down to zero. This is ever since Mr. McIntosh, which was one of her partners, decided to quit Feminist Frequency and they parted ways. She lost all the support from the mainstream media, which goes to show that behind every strong woman there is a soy man. And without him, well, she didn't manage to regain the success. The main reason that she didn't manage to regain the success is because she didn't realize that she struck gold. You see, she was the pretty face required for the movement, and all she had to do was to actually play video games. I mean, she was making millions of dollars. For some mysterious reason, she managed to squander it all to the point where she got into a little bit of a controversy with one of her transgender co-hosts, which claimed that they weren't getting paid. So I don't know, like one of the main powers and abilities of feminists and Democrats is to make money vanish. It's like a bottomless pit. Like regardless of how much you pour donations into it, the money just manages to disappear. It's like a superpower. I don't know. But anyway, right. So the only thing that she had to do was to learn how to play video games. Because I understand like she doesn't like it, she hates it. But like when you notice that, okay, well, you're making millions of dollars, like literally all you have to do is to pick up a controller and play something, like anything. She could have been one of the first female Let's Players, but she autistically refused for some reason. And her spot was taken away by more younger and entertaining models. I mean, you go on Twitch right now, there are many young ladies who actually do play video games, and they have literally the same copy-paste Anita Sarkeesian talking points because the talking points weren't even her own. Like, she just got it from the books, the academia. A lot of people were saying that you shouldn't give attention to Anita Sarkeesian, that the reason she got famous is because of the death threats, which, by the way, again, like, there was never any violence done against her, as I predicted. Like, she was always safe. It goes without saying. Apparently, keyboard warriors do not materialize online. Who would have known? Well, apparently I did. But no, like, the whole thing is, like, this was a push by the mainstream media. Like, the mainstream media used her as a sock puppet, as a figurehead, the same way they use Greta Thunberg, the same way they use other celebrities. The celebrity themselves is just a smokescreen. The people that are doing the pushing are the mainstream media. And they used her in order to change the entertainment industry. And as we get to see here, we made changes to an industry that was desperately needed in shaking up the status quo and distributing content in the early days of video punditry. Yeah, like, can anyone say that the current entertainment industry is better than what it used to be before Anita Sarkeesian? Like, where are today's Dragon Ages? Where are today's Mass Effects? Where are the games that we got used to? The answer is there aren't any. Like, the industry is not for the better. The only thing that the industry has is an entire army of parasitic jobs, middle management, diversity officer, HR lady, like people that get paid a lot. They get to sit in private offices with air conditioning, while the actual people doing the work, the actual people that are coding the games, the artists, they get to stay in open offices, usually monitored by 5 or 6 different people. And all the jokes that they say, literally every single ounce of creativity that diverges is going to be incredibly punished. I did talk with people that work at Blizzard, Ubisoft, and they tell me that the atmosphere is horrible and they can't wait to get out of the company. Like, every time they tweet something, every time they say something, they need to double check. It's pretty much like the same vibe that my parents described when they were under the influence of the Soviet Union. When we had communism here, like, everything you said could and was used against you. So that's how people feel at these modern entertainment companies. It wasn't always like that, by the way. It used to be a couple of friends that got in a garage with John Carmack, made really good and fun video games that the people loved. Nowadays, the industry is about how to milk money from the consumer. Like, that's what they're thinking about. Making video games is not for entertainment. and to be proud of a good product that you're putting out. It's how can we get more cash? Like, how can we get more microtransactions? How can we manage to get that money flowing? So anyway, she says, while we weren't the first voice in the conversation about inclusion in gaming, we were part of building a community that meant more to its members than we could have anticipated. She also said that organizations work on criticizing the game industry for its depiction and treatment of women. Again, like, depiction of women. This is fiction, right? Like, video games are fiction, but unfortunately you have people that pretend they do not understand the difference between pixels on the screen and a flesh and blood female. Not to mention, like, she was really upset. I remember one of her videos where she was livid that video game characters have gender signifiers, while she herself has lipstick and earrings. I mean, this is how you can literally summarize all of her criticism. But the problem is, like, if you were to say that, the counter argument was, yes, but she is getting deference, therefore shut the fuck up. And I'm like, but like, what does one have to do with another? Like, you literally, like, when she was at the height of her popularity, you couldn't discuss her opinions. You couldn't discuss anything she said, because it's like, she's getting deference. And I'm like, but I'm not the one sending it. Like, I don't want people to send her. I don't care. Call the cops. Call the police. Apparently, there was like an effort from people on Twitter to find out who is sending her death threats. And I remember, like, they found someone. It was a Brazilian journalist. Now, she ignored this completely. Refused to press charges. She was very upset, you know, that people are sending mean tweets to her. But when someone actually found out, like, okay, well, this is the person that's sending you mean tweets, she refused to press charges. It's almost like she kind of enjoyed getting the mean tweets so that people can't contradict her. Well, I've already said my piece about the harassment that myself and others have experienced over the years. I can express that a sense of pride that the conversation about online abuse have been part of our lexicon, and a reality that it has come at the cost of my health and well-being. Yeah, I mean, when you get millions of dollars and then they stop coming in, I do assume that it is a small cost to your well-being, yes. But again, like, there is no need for her now. This is why no one is watching her. This is why she's closing down. Like, the purpose has been fulfilled. The position of diversity officers and HR ladies in all the gaming companies has been created. So they don't have to take marching orders from her anymore, because you know, no one can accuse the company of being sexist, because they can say, well, we got like an army of feminists that are fact-checking our game. That, like, literally, this is a position. Like, Blizzard was proud to say that they have a chief diversity officer that fact-checks their game in order to make sure that it is not racist and sexist. And unlike Anita Sarkeesian, Blizzard's chief diversity officer was a black woman. So I think, like, she got more cred than Anita. You know, like, what is Anita going to do? Like, say that the black lady that's a chief diversity officer at Blizzard did a bad job at fact-checking the game? No, of course not. It was kind of hilarious, like, how she was trying. Like, she really tried to get back into relevancy. I remember, like, Macintosh, which was her partner, shamed The Witcher for being a sexist game. And then literally 1 year later, Anita was like, hey, you know, like, I heard you guys have problem and there's controversy about you. Why don't you hire me so that I can fix your controversy? So, like, one of the duo was slandering the company and creating the controversy, and the other one of the duo is like, pay me money and I'll make the controversy go away. You would call that a racket, wouldn't you? Like, it's a shakedown, isn't it? But anyway, right. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.